Good morning. This is a very quick rough and ready video for one of my patients I've just seen. We were looking at her foot and finding that it was quite stiff through the arch, didn't really like to lengthen and be adaptable, so she's finding she's getting a lot of wear on the outside of her shoes. She also is finding that sort of instability, she's more likely to roll her foot, and generating a lot of stiffness around the calf and the ankle complex as well. So we were talking about the fact that the foot needs to lengthen, it needs to be a dynamic unit. She's not too stiff through the bones of her foot, but the tissues are stiff, and her body is in this habit of keeping her foot stiff because it doesn't quite feel safe to relax and lengthen. So we're going to go through just a simple movement that we can start to do to start to find that kind of flex through the foot. And I will talk you through it. So I'm going to angle my camera down a bit so you can see what my feet are doing. Okay, so we're going to come into a split kneel position. And you might even start, I may have given you the listening foot exercise where you just do a bit of a roll through the foot, just kind of explore accessing a little bit of mobility through the foot. Now we're going to be really aware of the pressure through the heel. So you might have a little roll, feel whether you can bring pressure onto the outside edge of the heel, and then whether you can roll and find pressure on the inside edge of the heel. And you'll notice that already I'm getting a bit of sort of dynamic movement through the foot here already. We're going to start in this split kneel position a little bit backed off the foot. So we're going to kind of start behind the foot, so with the shin on a bit of a slope. And we're going to see whether we can notice a little bit of an arch along the medial edge of our foot. We'll notice that maybe that arch is a little bit shorter, so that distance is a little bit shorter, and that maybe our weight is in the kind of back outside area of the heel. Now, as we come forwards, we're then going to see whether we can introduce a little bit of length into this medial arch. You'll notice mine's dropped slightly. You may even choose to sort of pick up the front of the foot in order to enable it to really lengthen. My mat's a bit grippy, so it could almost feel like it's holding me there a little bit. But then I'm going to feel like I'm rolling forwards and I'm almost coming onto the inside front of the heel bone here. I'm now going to back off again, and you'll notice my arch lifts a bit, and I'm going to notice a bit of shortening. So big toes still in contact with the mat, and I'm having nice even weight through across the front of my foot. Then I'm going to come forwards again. Can I let that foot dynamically lengthen? Again, I might choose to pick it up. I might choose to give myself a little bit of feedback, encourage it to lengthen a little bit. We're going to come forwards. Back, feel that arch lift and shorten. Coming forwards, arch flattens and lengthens. And you can just tick-tock between these two, almost just massaging things out. You may even notice that you get a little bit further. As that foot allows you, you might be able to move into a little bit more of an ankle stretch if your ankle's a little bit stiff. And we're just going to explore that dynamic movement. So I hope you found that helpful. As we discussed with this patient, occasionally if we're starting to load onto the outside of the ankle a little bit as we flatten through our arch, sometimes those tissues can be a little bit sensitized. So back off with any sharp pain. Don't ease into any sharp pain. And just be a little bit respectful of that ankle. So if you finish and it's feeling a little bit sore, a little bit irritated, you've probably done a fraction too much. So you might just need to kind of back off in terms of reps and sets and reintroduce more over a period of time as well. Any questions from that? Drop me a line. Take care.